Man, Redlands is kind of hard to find a place to just park. I parked somewhere and they were gonna clean the area. I was like, oh, dang it. So I parked to eat my KFC in a nice, open, quiet place where I thought it was better. I wouldn't be bothering nobody because it was nice, open space, not to bother nobody. But then they're cleaning the area. I was like, oh, then I got to get up and find somewhere else. So then I found some shade over here by some furniture store, and I'm like, well, hopefully the parking lot doesn't get too crowded because then I'm going to have to leave. But I'll try to eat my lunch fast enough, or my KFC fast enough, so I can just hurry up and get to the Staples, then the Pep Boys. Then I'll be done, and I can sit and chit-chat on these videos a little bit more because I got something important done and out of the way. But the Great Depression was not fun to go through. In the Great Depression, you would do things like pick up weird rotted food or rotted anything or weird pieces of things to put on trees to pretend you're having a Christmas worth having. You would sit and be excited for some water with any food they could find in it and a little tiny, chunk of bread. Not a big chunk of bread, like a tiny chunk of bread, and some water with whatever they could find to put in it. You want to get excited and go through a Great Depression that has like rations or some type of rationing where you get a certain amount of food or a certain amount of things. But that doesn't realistically very often happen because the United States says fuck you to God until there's no money. So so they were getting unrealistic amount of money. They were Guess jeans and Cabbage patching it up. The United States was getting so much money, and it went to their head, and they got rich and greedy and gross, and they were stealing. They were stealing tons of money from the United States. They were just turning real fuck you to God, and they took a nosedive. The gods said, "Well, fuck you," and they hit the Great Depression and all kinds of bad things. Well, how does that work? Well, they had unlimited money in the bank, and just like the Titanic movie said, you can't, not even God can sink this ship, which is a fuck you to God's face. The United States said, not even God can do anything now because look at all the money that God stupidly gave us. Ooh, wrong fucking answer. They went from never-ending piles of money in the United States bank accounts to nothing. And it was horrifying. And they had to figure out how to struggle to give whatever states they decided, whatever they decided. So they went from too much wealth to barely anything worth having because they just nosedived like holy moly. Of course, they try to beg gods. Gods weren't fuck you having it. Now it's murder of a dead god. They will really fuck you not be having it. So they had to sit and give very little money to only certain countries and then have pretty much nothing left but what they were trying to survive on. And that was what happened. But this will be far worse. So you guys might want to, my queen, get ready for it all. Because they're probably not going to tell you. They're just going to watch life collapse. Losers never tell the truth about things like this. So, yeah, my queen, to just be good at having a lot or nothing. I mean, if you're already homeless in LA, man, LA is way too expensive. That's good practice. It's like perfect practice. Trying to live out your car, customize your car, put some fancy gadgets in your car, and learn how to, live off $5 that day or live off just $1 that day. Or, get jiggy witty. So, I've been talking to my friend, and my friend taught me that you can buy a twin sheet and put the twin sheet. So you put one side of the twin sheet over your steering wheel, and it has to be a fitted sheet. And then you put the other side of the sheet on the top of your on the top of your car seat. And then you you push your car seat all the way back, laying all the way back, and then you leave the fitted sheet on your steering wheel, and it makes like a hammock. I haven't tried it yet, but according to my friend, it makes like a hammock. So you can kind of hibernate in like a little fun, silly hammock, and it makes it easier because your legs and your feet don't hang down in the bottom where the gas and the brake pedals and stuff are. And I have another friend. I have another friend who thought of something kind of fun. Another friend said they have really fun, amazing memory foam car seat covers. And if you get the memory foam car seat cover at Walmart, you can transform it to sleep on it at night and then drive on it in the day. And then you don't have to be a man who can figure out how to actually rebuild a whole car seat to turn into a bed. And we thought we'd give little tips on the way that we learn because, 1 billion people live out of their cars. It's really, really popular in Japan. It's so popular in Japan. I have friends in Japan that just live in their vehicles, out of their vehicles, and it's like so popular. It's as popular as when Jesus would go camping and camp out. It was really popular for tons of people to do that. So, instead of looking at the bad, say, you know what, bad gets what bad gets. Because you shouldn't do bad. So that's the beauty of the children of God, the gods that live on. Bad shouldn't be bad and shouldn't have been doing bad. So when bad happens, that's their problem. They were bad. It's better to hold on to my queen, my queen, my queen. Stay far away from bad things and just coast through the end of the world. Now, I think it's time for us, children of God, to talk about how people were going to live underground in these end of the world books and try to get out. And obviously to the island of gods, you now know. It's time to start talking about it. It ended up worse than the predictions.